Greetings, detectives. Today we're tackling one of the most frustrating service calls a boiler technician can face, intermittent flame failure. The homeowner or custodian greets you with a sigh. I have to press a reset button every day or two just to get the boiler to run. They point to the flame safeguard, the safety control that monitors the burner flame to prevent gas leaks and explosions. Your swagger begins to fade. You hate these calls. Why? Because the boiler often runs perfectly after you reset it. It may run perfectly for a day, a week, even longer. Then it fails. No immediate feedback, no clear culprit, just mystery. But fear not, with a systematic approach, you can crack this case. Welcome to Boiler Room Detective. I'm your host, Ray Wolfarth. When does a flame failure occur? Flame failures typically happen in either one of two stages. Number one, during the pilot trial for ignition, PTFI. It's the most common time for a boiler flame failure. Number two is during main flame operation. Again, it's less common. Knowing which stage the failure occurs narrows your search dramatically. To get started, let's understand the firing sequence. Before grabbing tools, mentally walk through the burner sequence. Here's how it works for two common boiler types. On an atmospheric burner, you get a call for heat from the thermostat. The pilot solenoid valve opens. The ignition transformer sends high voltage to the electrode. The pilot flame ignites. The flame safeguard verifies the pilot, usually within 10 seconds, and the main gas valve opens. The pilot lights the main burner. On a power burner, you have a call for heat. The blower starts, and that enters the pre-purge phase. You have 4 air changes in the combustion chamber. The pilot solenoid opens, and the spark ignites the pilot. The flame verifies the pilot within 10 seconds, and the main gas valve opens. In both cases, if the pilot isn't proven within the trial period, typically 10 seconds, the flame safeguard locks out on flame failure. Here's a step-by-step troubleshooting guide. Check all wiring connections. Loose or corroded terminals are the number one cause of intermittent issues. Tug gently on each wire, repeat and tighten as necessary. Determine the failure stage. Ask the owner, does it fail while trying to light the pilot or after the main burner is on? If the boiler is equipped with a Honeywell 7800 series flame safeguard, you can use a digital display to view flame failure history and the last fault code. Monitor the flame signal. Use your multimeter to measure the flame rectification current. For Honeywell 7800 series, you can connect meter leads to the flame signal test jacks. Observe the signal during the pilot trial. Ideal is 2 to 5 volts DC. The minimum is 1.5 volts DC. If you see a wavering signal, try adjusting the gas pressure open or closed on the pilot regulator. For Honeywell S8600 series flame safeguards, disconnect the MV terminal from the control. Set the meter to DC microamps. Insert the probes into the flame current test holes. Measure with the pilot only, no main gas. The minimum should be 1.0 microamps DC, steady. Recommended is 2.0 microamps or higher reliability. Number 4, inspect and clean the flame rod or sensor. A dirty or coated flame rod drops signal strength. Remove the pilot assembly if needed. Clean rod with steel wool or emery cloth. Avoid using sandpaper. It leaves a conductive residue. Number 5, check pilot assembly condition. Look at the porcelain insulator. Look for cracks or track in carbon pass. Replace if damaged. Look at the electrode gap. Typically it's 1/8 inch, but check with the manufacturer. Too narrow of a gap and you get a weak spark. Too wide and you get no spark. Look for spark visibility. On many units you can see or hear the spark. Confirm it jumps to the pilot. Number 6 is adjust pilot gas pressure. A surprising fix is lowering the gas pressure often stabilizes the flame signal. Higher gas pressure results in turbulent, unstable pilot and signal drops. Use a manometer. Target is about 3 to 5 inches water column for natural gas, but verify with the manufacturer. Adjust the pilot regulator screw slowly while monitoring the flame signal and leave it where you get the best flame signal. Test the pilot solenoid valve. Verify the wiring is snug. Swap with a known good valve if available. Listen for the audible click when energized. Inspect the ignition cable. Look for cracks, burns, or loose boots. Ensure tight fit at the transformer and electrode. Replace if insulation is brittle. Here's a quick reference troubleshooting flow chart. If you have no spark, look for ignition cable, transformer, or electrode gap. If you have a spark but no pilot, check your gas pressure, blocked orifice, or solenoid valve. If the pilot lights but won't prove, look at the flame rod for being dirty or cracked, low signal, or high pilot pressure. If the main flame fails after startup, look for airflow issues, delayed ignition, or gas pressure drop. Intermittent flame failures can and do test your patience, but not your skill. By following the firing sequence, checking connections, using flame signal data as your compass, you'll solve even the trickiest cases. My boiler troubleshooting books covering steam and hydronic systems are available at TF Campbell, Pronto Heating Supplies, heatinghelp.com, and Amazon. If this guide helped you crack your next case, share it with a fellow technician. I'll see you on the next case.